Welcome, everyone, to a happy New Year's Zoom. We come together to usher in a new energy and to welcome each other with great respect and love. Janine Chimera, who is a multi-instrumentalist and a multi-talented vocalist and musician, is going to help us to come into a space of love and centeredness through playing the flute. So take a moment and open your eyes and heart and your whole being to the sound.
This is a song that has the background track is actually called Simplicity. So this is a great opportunity to drop into that heart space.
And now, holding that energy, I'd like to read a few words from today's daily inspiration from Unity. The word for today is precious. And the affirmation is, I treasure each moment. Like a gem, life is precious. And when I think of my blessings, I think of you, my friends, my dear ones. And I relish this time with you. And I give thanks for all the unique and irreplaceable expressions of life that you are. Let's take a moment together to feel the love, to reflect it, to embody it, to imbibe it, to connect with God's love in our hearts. And know that you are valued. There's no one else like you in the whole world. And you are worthy. And you belong here on this earth and with this tribe. Let's hold that thought for a moment. I treasure each moment. And I create tender experiences that will live forever in my heart. And maybe this is one of them that will bring lasting joy every time I think of it and revisit it. One of the things that brain scientists tell us boosts our immune system is to revisit our happy times. So when I think back on the last few years, I give thanks for you, for the happy times that we've shared. And if it's okay, Kathy, I would like to toss the baton to you now.
Thank you, beautiful Judy. I would like to share a poem with you, a prayer from a book that I just received from a very special friend, Ellen Mitchell. And it's called The Eye of the Storm, Awakening to Prayer. And I just received this through the mail. And I just opened up the book. And usually, you read, the one that really strikes you as the very first poem or prayer. So I'm going to read a section from Earth Prayers. And it goes like this. Grandfather, Great Spirit, once more behold me on earth and lean to hear my feeble voice. You lived first, and you are older than all need, older than all prayer. All things belong to you, the two-legged, the four-legged, the wings of the air, and all green things that live. You have set the powers of the four quarters of the earth to cross each other. You have made me cross the good road and road of difficulties, and where they cross, the place is holy. Day in, day out, forevermore, you are the life of things. And I just think that is the most precious, talk about the word precious, Judy, a precious way to start the new year with that thought, with the thought, you are the life of things. So I'm going to sing a song to you, a song I wrote. And many of us have been grieving for people who we've lost. And it seems to so many members of my family and friends have passed away during this period of time. And many of us are kind of carrying broken hearts right now. Some of us are in a certain kind of darkness or a state of confusion. So this song is reassuring us that love will find you. Love will find you wherever you are, in whatever state you're in, that love will find you. love will come in the end. With every sunset, there's a path of gold that will lead you home. Cross the water, love will find you, love will come in the end. Battered and broken, tossed ashore, you'll be lifted up to cross the water. Love will find you, love will come in the end. Amen. Love will find you, 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 love will come in the end. Across the stars, a day begins. All you searched for is what has always been. An open door, the light within, a love that holds no sorrow. Beyond these shores, we'll meet again. Love will find you, 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 love will come in the end. Amen. And so be it. Soha.
Martin, would you inspire us with some words from Eileen Katie or your own heart or anything you would like to share?
Well, this last 3 days, obviously, well, not obviously, but what happens is, first thing when I wake up, I set my alarm and I go to the bathroom and I come back to my bed and I read Eileen. And the last 3 days, you wouldn't believe, if people read it every day like I do, you'll know what I mean. And they've been so spiritual about my journey. Oh, it's really incredible. That I have to go deep in my heart and I will be guided what's going to happen, you know. And it's just so intense that it's been for the last 3 days. It's like it's writing on the wall, you know. Right, this is January the 12th, Eileen's guidance. When a small child learning to walk falls down, it is not discouraged, but picks itself up and tries again and again until it has mastered the art of walking. So with the spiritual life, never at any time allows seeming defeat to discourage you from advancing along the spiritual path. If you fall, simply pick yourself up and try again. Be not content to lie there in self-pity and say you cannot carry on, that life is too difficult. Your attitude must always be that of an absolute inner certainty that once your feet have been set upon the spiritual path, you'll reach the goal in the end. No matter what obstacles you may meet along the way, you'll find time spent alone in the silence recharges your spirituality and helps you to face whatever is ahead without flinching or faltering. That is why time spent alone with me each morning helps to fortify you for whatever the day may bring. And I must do what we always do, is read the last paragraph again. You'll find time spent alone in the silence recharges your spirituality and helps you to face whatever is ahead without flinching or faltering. That is why time spent alone with me each morning helps to fortify you for whatever the day may bring. And that's just today, you know. I'll just read a little word from yesterday. Do you know that you're in the right place and at peace within yourself? It's important that you search your own heart and find out, for you cannot give your very best when you do not feel you're in your rightful place, doing what you know, what should be doing with joy and love. It's just these last 3 days have been just emotional, true, going that deep, quiet, inner listening, you know, it's just incredible. You can't write it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Martin. And I see Mike and Jemila ready to share a song, and then we're going to have a song from Janine.
Yeah, I think the theme today is love. I've been working on putting together a retreat, and it's almost here. It's next Thursday. And yeah, Judy will be there. It's a Sufi retreat, Dance of Universal Peace retreat. And I copied a welcome letter from 2016. And at the end of what to bring, I wrote, we had written then, an open, loving heart. And when I shared it with Halima Sussman, who's leading the retreat, she said, not everyone coming has an open, loving heart. They aren't arriving with that. But I feel like they'll be leaving with that. And we're going to do a song, Only Love is Flowing Here. The second part uses words in Arabic that mean there is nothing except God. There is no reality except for the one, except for God.
Only love is flowing here. 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 La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah.
Sing along.
Only love is flowing here. is flowing here. Only love is flowing here.
I hardly ever do this, but I had asked Daniel if he would sing a special song for Alexis, because every time I hear the song on his real album, I think of her. And some of you have heard Alexis Van Natta before. She is our beloved elder who has survived a lot of things in her life, who was born in Germany. And as a small child, she shared with us in one of our Zooms a couple months ago that she would have this incredible faith that she and her family were going to get through the Holocaust. And I've heard her speak several times about that, and every time I learned something new. And recently, Alexis took a fall, and that was the most amazing thing to see, Alexis, that you just picked yourself up and you just kept going. And as I watched you heal and the bruises change color like a rainbow and everything, just for me, made me realize that you have a back made of steel. You are an incredible human. And so if it's okay, if you would like Daniel to share this song for Alexis, that would be wonderful.
My pleasure. Actually, when I wrote the song about really one person in particular, and then realized that the more I looked and the more I talked to people that I thought I knew and asked just a few questions, I found out that that the song and the notion applies to maybe everybody, of course, in different degrees and in different ways. So it's interesting, I'd be interested to know who pops into everyone's mind listening to the song at different times. Some songs do something unexpected, and when I started singing, this is like Judy said, a reasonably new song, and it kind of immediately started doing something unexpected in terms of specific comments from specific people coming back to me about who I was singing about or who it reminded them of or made them think of. So, all right, here we go. Sorry I was late. Sorry I missed my cue half hour ago. All right, here we go. Unless my son has been pressing buttons on my piano, which is always possible. I'm not naming names, but his name is Jude. All right, here we go. So this is for you, Alexis. I've never understood how you turned out so good with all that you've had to endure. No one expected you to make the best of you. The deck stacked against you for sure. The more that I learn, the more I admire how you never got burned being forged in the fire. 'Cause an ordinary mortal would have quit by now. With a life like a field full of mines. You're human, I know, only muscle and bone, but you must have steel in your spine. You never talk about when you first figured out that you'd have to go it alone. It breaks my heart to picture you, a child hiding out of you, so young to fight on your own. But still here you stand, and still here you are, igniting the world with your luminous heart. Yeah, an ordinary mortal would have quit by now, with a life like a field full of mines. You're human, I know, made of muscle and bone, but you must have steel in your spine, and that would explain how you never admit any pain. So let me just say that child has a lot to be proud of, but no longer needs to keep the world at bay. If you were mortal, you'd have quit by now. You've been counted out so many times. You're human like me. You can bruise, you can bleed, but you must have steel in your spine. Yeah, a mortal would have quit by now, but your light was determined to shine. You're so much more than they see, a superhero to me. Oh, you must have steel in your spine. You must have steel in your spine. Oh, 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 oh. Thanks.
Thank you, Daniel. That was magnificent. And, you know, today is my mom's birthday. She would have been 101 today. And Alexis, you know, in many ways, you remind me of my mother in the sense that you have such a strong, unwavering love for humanity and such a nurturing spirit, always making soup and cooking for people and dogs. Lola will never forget you, ever. So please share with us, Alexis, any of your stories, any of your wisdom that you would like to share today.
Thank you for that beautiful song. For a minute there, I'm really tuned in, and it feels emotional. I mean, I felt my emotions writing in here, almost tears started coming, but I choked them back because when I talk about my life over the years of all the things, you've heard me say it over and over, to me, my whole life was an experience, a learning experience, a place that I look back and I don't think of it in terms of challenge. It's just something that it was a learning process. I look back now and I realize that all the things that have happened to me have made me more aware of what we're here on this planet to do. And now that I'm looking at the news, which I try to avoid quite often, is what's going on in the Ukraine. It feels like I'm reliving World War II. And it's, I don't want to see that. I hope we can find some kind of doing that makes Ukraine and Russia look at what they're doing to each other. Ukraine didn't start it, of course, I'm sure. And I feel like there's something we're missing. This is the big moment where we all look at a solution of a higher consciousness, that we all need to follow that instead of fighting each other. And I think that's why I went through all of that all of my life. It was a learning experience. It showed me what I should and shouldn't be doing, that we need to help each other. My most important time in my life right now is, like Judith said, I'm through with working outside in terms of having to earn a living. I'm retired, yay, and my happiest times are when I'm cooking. I just love cooking. It's one of those things that makes me feel very creative. Just trying to I look at recipes and then I start out with my own feelings of how to do it and what to do it and so forth. But I'm just wanting to be happy from here on to the end of the next life. I want to be happy because I don't know what kind of karma I'm going to have to relive. So all I can do is do the best I can. And I have the highest consciousness for the people who are looking for the growth in their life. So I always just felt that I tried to set a good example for people to see. We can't just sit around and say, oh gee, things are just going bad. I know. So I'm just I think we all need to look at the learning part of what gets better, what could improve your life toward other people. And that's all I'm thinking of now, is how do I pass all this joy and happiness and love for each other onto other people. It's not just for me. I want to share it all. I want to be able to brighten people's life. And right now my talent appears to be in the cooking department. So I just love doing that. And it makes people happy. One of the things we do in our church is we, for almost 50 years, have cooked at the provided meals for the homeless shelter. And I don't want to ever stop doing that, no matter how old I get. So having gone through the Starvation Act in my younger life, this is really important that I do that for other people. I'm still here. So, and there's something else that I've been researching. We're talking about, we live under grace. I've been contemplating that word grace for so long, and I'm still researching it in various books, including the Bible. That's the big thing. And one time, one of our ministers told me that she felt my life was under grace, definitely. So I feel I have one more sermon to do, and that's on grace, when I get it all put together in my mind, because that is the most important thing for all of us human beings. It doesn't matter what religion we are. It's all there. It may be different words, different ways of looking at it, but that's the important part. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexis, and we'll all be waiting for your sermon. So when you get ready to do it, we'll set a time for us all to be here to listen. When you were talking about grace, I was thinking about this Lakota words for God, Daku Wakon Skaska, that there's something sacred that's always moving us. And Basil Braveport, my teacher, would always say, unmerited divine assistance is perpetually available to us. And I just always felt those two went together, and it is amazing to know that, we are being held, and we don't even know it sometimes when it's really a bad time. But then when you look back on it, like you said, it's as if everything that's ever gone before has prepared us for this moment. And so I give thanks that we're here together to bear witness to this precious moment with each other. And now my ever patient, ever loving friend, Janine, is going to share a song with us. Thank you, Janine, for your immense flexibility.
Oh, it's just, I just wait for the signal. I love all the things that have been shared just in the last few minutes here. And Alexis, I appreciate your words about doing the best you can and improving your life. And so I was going to share a song. I am going to share a song that's called, actually, I'm not sure it actually has a title, but something about lonely in this little town. I wrote it a few years ago when I moved back to my hometown. And initially I was feeling a little bit sorry for myself because I was trying to make friends and things like that, and caring for my parents, and and what I realized in the process of writing this song is in allowing myself to actually feel those feelings instead of pushing up against them, that almost opened a sacred space for what Alexis was talking about, grace, and I think that for grace to come in and move me, and so this is a song about feeling those feelings, but it's being okay. Judy mentioned something about in her move, and I don't remember your exact words, but like, you didn't get all wigged out about something that wasn't going right. You're just like, it just is, so so here is this song, and in the process of it, I also redefined what home was for me, not just this place. Here I am, lonely in this little town. Here I am, watching my world spin around. Not really knowing where my life's going, but it's all right. I've walked these roads, sometimes in the bitter cold, darkened skies. Oh, how I wished the time would fly. Fly to when the sun again would shine. Fly to when I think I'd feel fine, but it's all right. I came back home, but it's not here. I'm finding just a way to be. Maybe it found me, and here I am. New friends all around. Here I am, still lonely in this little town. But it's all right.
That was so perfect and beautiful. How many of us have felt so lonely? I know I felt incredibly lonely these past few years, going through so many different things, locked down and isolation and fire evacuations and just kind of amazing extreme weather. My friends and family in Buffalo recently could not get out of their house for a week. Like the snow was so high, they couldn't even tunnel their way out. And that was an amazing experience. And yet, here we are with each other. And we found a way to connect with each other from different worlds, from different continents, from different cultures. And that is one of the great blessings for me of that. Really alone, not just alone, but alone and lonely. I've been alone a lot, and that's okay. But there was just something about the last few years that's just been lonely. So thank you all for helping me through that. And thank you, Janine, for that beautiful, beautiful song. We weren't able to see each other. We were in the same location, and I was in a blizzard. We were both in a blizzard. So we weren't even able to connect even recently.
70 miles, that was it.
I know. That was just crazy, crazy. I would like to say happy birthday to Davey. And if we could just all send our love to him. He has today, January 12th, is a very, very special day. And do you want to say anything to us?
Sure. Well, I've never met Judy in person. We only have met each other on the Tazy Zooms that Barbara Swatina organized, which I discovered after I made a visit to Findhorn in the summer, which I absolutely loved. It kind of really changed my heart inside to think about a whole other way of being with nature and with each other and in harmony. Mm-hmm. So, and since then, Judy has supported me in praying for a friend who underwent some surgery and is having a very difficult recovery. But it seems that we discovered we have many ways. We have only 2 degrees of separation. Now we have 1. And, it's I've discovered a new community through her, of you all. And 70 miles or 700 miles, it doesn't matter. We are connected, and I so appreciate that. So this is a special treat for me to have on my birthday, and I thank you all for coming to my party. All right.
We're so happy we could have this party for you, and many, many, many more.
Oh, I guess I should add, I'm Davi, and I live in the traditional territory of the Massachusetts people, which puts me just north of Boston, Massachusetts, USA.
And you are a singer and a song leader, a Taizé leader?
A little bit, yeah. I think with a little preparation, I could have had a song ready for you all tonight, but I think that'll be at the next part.
Maybe next time. So I want to ask Deanna if you would like to share. I think that's a yes.
Been in contact with the Opening Doors Within by Eileen Cady. I just love this. It's an amazing little book. And so I decided I was going to pick something that was special to me and the way that I did it is usually the way that Kathy does it. You open the book and you find something. But after doing that and spending 2 hours reading, I finally decided that I was going to take my birthday and read what was on my birthday and see if that applied to the new year in any way. So here it is from Eileen on September 16th. Life is full and overflowing with the new, but it is necessary to empty out the old to make room for the new to enter. The emptying out process can be very painful, for when you have been emptied of the old, you may experience that feeling of having nothing to hold on to and of being alone and bereft of everything. You may feel that life is completely dead and empty with no meaning to it, and you may want to throw up your hands in despair. Realize that if you are going through such a time, it is this process of being emptied of the old so that you can be refilled with the new. Never give up hope, but hold on until you are completely empty and drained of everything. Then you can start again in newness of spirit and in truth. You can become as a little child and enjoy to the full the wonderment of this new life as you gradually become infilled by it. Now, the last couple of years for me have been really, really difficult. I've lost a lot of family. I retired. I mean, all different types of things and major life, So this, to me, it says, become as a little child. And I thought about the 2 little boys that we've been spending time with lately. And the 2 little boys have, I've never had children, and I'm not used to being around little kids, but I am enjoying it so much. The little children are, they're boisterous, they're crazy, they're loud, but they're wonderful. And there's so much wonderful energy. And there's always a lot of laughter around. Even when the kids are yelling at each other, there's still a lot of laughter around. So I can see, if I never give up, I can see where it's leading to. So I want to thank everybody for being here. And it's been a wonderful, wonderful program. And that's all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
That was a beautiful reading, and that image of emptying out and just letting go. And it's just something that I think was perfect for us right now. Thank you. Okay, so next we have the blessing of having another authentic, spontaneous, not requested song by Daniel Nahmod.
Yeah, actually, you know what? You all have been here longer than I have this afternoon. So I'm a little fresher, and as I listen to what's just been said, I'm kind of free associating several songs of mine. So I think rather than talk, if you're okay, I think I'll throw together a little medley that has never been done before and maybe should never be done. So let's find out what songs are about to come out of me. But I have a couple in mind for sure that'll, I think, tie in several of the things that have just been shared and said. So here we go. We begin at the beginning.
nothing to say, nowhere to go, nothing to do. I have no promises to make, no one to know, nothing to prove. It's a new kind of intention, but somehow it seems so true. The only thing I really know is that I don't know a thing. The only sound that I hear now is the silence when I sing. The only sight my eyes can see is the darkness of my dreams. This is how I'm born to be empty. I know nothing is wrong, nothing is right. All is in all right now. Everything's gone, ambition and fight, no expectations at all. It's a strange sort of existence, but somehow it seems so right. The only thing I really know is that I don't know a thing. The only sound that I hear now is the silence when I sing. The only sight my eyes can see is the darkness of my dreams. This is how I'm born to be. This is how I'm born to be. Empty. Bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through crying, I'm through waiting, I'm through hoping against all hope. I'm through longing for something gone that'll never return. I think I finally learned to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Yeah. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. And I've survived many times before. Broken hearts and slamming doors. I'll be alright, yes I will, once more, just as I did back then. I'm gonna rise again, so bring it on. Everything new, everything everything new. I know it's gonna be everything new. I know it's gonna be everything new. One more. There's a left and a right. Nobody ever seems to unmake up their mind and find the in-betweens. It's an endless fight. Nobody can agree. Well, maybe it's time that you and I should meet in the middle ground. Gonna find it in the middle ground. Gonna find it
in the middle ground, where I wanna be, but nobody sees what I wanna see. So I gotta leave what I'm trying to dream, cause everybody says Nemo got no practicality. So I'm backing down to be a little humble in my plea. We don't see eye to eye, but that don't mean that you are mean. What I'm really trying to say is what I really mean. No matter what our difference is, that I believe we'll meet in the middle ground.
gonna find it.
Yeah, in the middle ground, I've been thinking of a simple place that we can meet, a place that we can be, a place that we can dream. And I know you've been thinking of the same place just like me. So why don't we just stop for a beat in the middle ground?
Does anyone know how to get there? Or have I lost my mind? Should I just let go and not care? Or do I dare to find the middle ground? I'm gonna find it. There's a left and a right. Everyone's tempted to say the world is black and white when it's a million shades of gray.
Everybody's got their differences, but we can still be listening. We don't have to be missing out, creating so much dissonance. We are brothers and sisters, no matter what your position is divided. We will fall together, we will make a difference.
So what if a compromise is the answer that we seek in the middle ground?
Oh yeah.
United we stand, divided we fall now. Together we can make a difference in the middle ground. United we stand, divided we fall now. Together we can make a difference in the middle ground.
A place that we can be, a place that we can dream. And I know you've been thinking of the same things just like me. So why don't we just stop for a beat
in the middle ground, middle ground, middle ground.
I know you've been thinking of the same things just like me. So why don't we just stop for a beat
in the middle ground?
Daniel, your voice, your lyrics, they're so healing. Thank you so much. I feel 100 times better than when I began this Zoom. How about the rest of you? Wow, just incredible, just amazing.